The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
This is Price and Jecca Simerly, Mika Wester, and Mike Mincey, and welcome to the Eagles Sports Network.
Coach, just go ahead and give us an opening statement on tonight's game.
Very proud of our team, proud of our kids. Proud of Coach Berstrom, proud of Thomas. Without them, we wouldn't be here. Obviously, they make the kids and the support staff. They all make my life easier. Michael Watring, Adam Cavalier, Alan Morgan. They all do a good job for us, and a lot of it's behind the scenes. So, in terms of the game, we knew it was going to be very tough. Against Wingate, Coach Hancock does a great job. They're very talented, obviously. They've got a very strong post game in particular, and we're not as big as they are, especially when you're looking at MARTA. And so it's always very challenging when you're trying to game plan and try to figure out how we're going to be able to guard her. Clearly, they got in a little bit of foul trouble there in the first half, which probably aided us a little bit, but we only carried that 6-point lead going in. And then the second half, the minutes were about the same both ways, and just proud of how our kids were able to continue to score. We got in that fourth quarter. That's been a problem with us with Wingate. They always come back, and it was nice on this floor and in the championship game that we could figure out a way to get enough stops and continue to score. There's a couple of threes there late that were really big that kind of kept that margin out because we went into the fourth quarter with a 10-point lead. So, proud that we could finally get over that hump, not to beat them, but to not allow them to go on that huge run in the fourth quarter.
Let's talk some X's and O's. You fall behind 11-2, but you get them in foul trouble. What do you think of your team's mentality to be able to bounce back after falling in a hole early?
I wasn't too concerned. It was, obviously you get down 11-2 to a really good team. You're a little concerned about, your ability. But with us being able to score, we knew if we could just get a couple of stops, put a couple of stops together, get some baskets made, that we would be fine. And, of course, we did. It took a little bit to finally get there. And then, like I said, getting them in foul trouble is one of the things that probably helped us a little bit there, if you get some of their better players off the floor. But that's part of basketball, and we've been on that side of the coin too. So, proud of how we came back and finished off the half strong.
What do you think of the execution late, not only defensively with Kayla taking the ball out of Marta's hands twice, but then offensively to get the shots that you were looking for on the other?
Well, on the defensive end, that was sticking to the game plan, to a T. And, you can't get over there and fall down. You got to go over there and stay strong, and I was really proud of that. Not to go on a negative, but we did have a couple of turnovers there late. But then we got down in crunch time, and we were able to burn clock and not shoot it quick. We talked about it coming over here. We're not trying to score 90 and 100 points. That's a season thing. Right here we need to score, which we did, 79 points in both games. And if we could do enough defensively, we could come out of here with victorious, and that's what we did.
All right, work our way down the line. Mike, first and foremost for you, very efficient in the game. You kind of carried the team in that first half. What was your mentality entering this game?
We just did a lot of visualizing and just seeing the ball go in mentally before we even got onto the floor, and I think that really helped me just to focus on hitting shots, not being a shooter but being a maker.
Harris, for you, second straight game where you're in a little bit of foul trouble, but the fourth quarter kind of belongs to you. How did yesterday kind of help get you right to kind of close out this game today?
I think yesterday my fouls came from frustration, but I think today, they weren't as silly fouls. And, fourth quarter, I've made some shots, but really it needs to be throughout the entire game, and that's what I need to work on from now on.
Jecca, for you, great athleticism to your left, and throughout the starting lineup, but you had the big task of handling Marta inside. What do you think of not only your effort, but Abby's effort inside defensively?
It's definitely a team effort to guard someone who's that much bigger than everybody on the floor. So it's really not me, it's everybody who gets help side, and we work together as a unit.
For you, you're back in the NCAA tournament. What's it mean to be back in and to be able to host a regional next weekend?
It's a special thing. It's something that we've been working for. We've said since last May that this is where we want to be, and to get to host it, I just think that's incredible. So it's just part of our main goal.
Harris, for you, last week, winner take all, regular season championship game. You get Wingate again here. What do you think about how this team has handled some diversity this year and been able to kind of come through in big situations?
Yeah, I think we have been big time in situations like this. We needed to work on, when we build our lead, we kind of shoot ourselves in the foot. And I think today, even though we had some late turnovers, we still pushed through that. And, we put the ball in the basket is what got us the win.
Mike, for you, there aren't a lot of games left with this team. 6 is the max at this point. What do you want to try to do in the next couple days to get ready for tournament play next week?
Just take it one day at a time, focus mentally, physically, just recuperate and get our minds right for our next game.
Coach, for you, no SAC team can say that they've ever won more games than this year's group right now, 29 wins, 29-2. How do you sum up what you've seen from this team over the last 8 days to be able to hold 2 trophies in their hands?
I mean, there's not, really right now, kind of sitting here just minutes after the game, it's kind of hard to put into words, but, these kids believe in each other. They believe in what we do. They believe in the scheme, and a lot of times I put it in their hands and ask them, what do we want to do? Even at half, I was like, do you want to continue to press? And they're like, yeah, we want to continue to do it. And if that's what they want to do, that's what we're going to continue to do. And they came out successful. In terms of records and things like that, there's been a lot of great teams that have came through the SAC. So to hold that record in terms of like most wins or whatever, that's great because there's been so many great teams. I mean, I've been in the league for 10 years and I've seen a lot of great ones myself. So, but this group, they started in May. They didn't go home for the summer. We're not Division I. They're not made to do any of that stuff. It's all voluntary. And we had over half of our team that stayed on campus May, June, and July, and got in the gym, worked with Thomas, our strength and conditioning coach, all summer long. So we kind of knew. And Thomas texted me in July when I was out recruiting. He said, we're winning a championship this year based off of the work that they were putting down in the summer. So kind of a storybook ending that they were able to, put the exclamation point on this one. But now we're not done. We've got to move on. We'll be hosting the NCAA Regional, and that's going to be another thing that we've never done before is being able to put that thing at Carson-Newman and try to play 3 games in our gym to advance even further.
You don't know who your opponent is yet, but to be able to host in a gym where you've won 21 straight games, what's that mean for this group as you try to, for the first time in program history, win a region?
I mean, it's special. Obviously it gives you the advantage because you're playing in your gym that you played all year long, and we do have that 21-game win streak. We shoot it exceptionally well in our gym. Some of the times the opponents do as well, but they would rather be at home. You're sleeping in your own bed. It's somewhere we get to practice all week. You don't have to travel, all that kind of stuff. So to be able to do that, there's going to be a little bit of pressure there, obviously, because you're the number 1 seed, you're hosting, but we're excited about it, and we look forward to getting back home and getting rested up and getting prepared to whoever we face on Friday.